Welcome back, everyone, for the 8th edition of the Bourbon Judge. Today, we're going to go ahead and review Rebel Yell. So Rebel Yell Distilleries, based out of Kentucky, good old heart of bourbon. But Rebel Yell is actually a sub-brand, right? Similar to Buffalo Trace that has sub-brands. Rebel Yell, they actually are the sub-brand. So they're actually owned by Luxro Distilleries. Luxro makes some other different bourbons, ones you probably heard of, such as like Old Ezra, which is pretty good, as well as Blood Oath, right? And the Blood Oath pack 1, 2, 3, I think even 4 now as well. So they are a sub-brand, Rebel Yell. And a pretty cool, interesting fact, if you're looking at the bottle here, take a quick little peek at it, you see on the front of it, 1849, right? So 1849. So that's actually the date when the recipe for Rebel Yell was actually created and made. And it was actually created on the site of where they created Weller, so Weller Distilleries. So pretty cool, interesting fact again there. Similar to Weller, the second primary ingredient in Rebel Yell is actually wheat, right? So it kind of enhances the flavor. In my opinion, makes it a little bit sweeter, if you will, but a really good bourbon as a whole. And then if you're looking at this Rebel Yell, so this is actually their 10-year aged bourbon, right? So it's a single barrel. So all the bourbon comes from just one barrel, and then it's obviously bottled after this 10-year aging process. They also make your rye in a small batch and so forth. But this one itself is a true single barrel where it's aged for 10 years. A couple other things about good old Rebel Yell. From a color standpoint, if you're looking here, the bottle, again, the front and the back, this is almost like a walnut brown, so a very deep brown, which is nice. Really good from that aging as a whole. And then from a price standpoint, so I bought this for about $60, which is not bad for bourbon, right? I mean, obviously, nowadays with bourbon prices are kind of going up and so forth. I think from the quality of this bourbon, $60 price point truly does make sense. So that's that. And then let's go ahead and get into the smell. So for this one, I'm actually only picking up really just two things. A little bit of fruit, some cherries. And I would think it'd be a little bit sweeter, but I'm only picking up a little bit of butterscotch. Not a ton, mostly a lot of fruit actually. Really nice. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tasting, the best part. So it is a little bit sweeter when it goes down. You do taste the cherries, some of the caramel. Very clean though down the palate, right? There's not that deep burn, if you will. Let's go ahead and just finish this, right? Cheers. At the end of the day, it's Sunday. Here we go. Really nice. Really nice. Good, good. All right. So, you know the story, right? At the end of the day, you say, Bourbon Judge, is this something that's worth $60? Should I buy it, or should I just leave it on the shelf? Well, for this one, the verdict is in. This is a buy. Absolutely worth $60. I think for the quality of the bourbon, this is a really nice bourbon, something that I would share with my friends. I think it has great quality, great taste profile, very clean down the palate. It doesn't burn. It's not a barrel proof, right? So it's not the 130 proof. This one is only actually 100 proof. So it's really nice and clean, very smooth. And this is one worth sharing over some good conversation with some friends. So definitely one I would go ahead and recommend and buy. I will say from a availability standpoint, it can be a bit challenging to find this one. It took me a couple stores to find it, but as I've said in my other videos, make sure you make friends with your local liquor store owners. He or she can more than likely request this for you, and then within a matter of a few weeks, hopefully you'll be sipping it like I am as well. Until then, folks, see you next Sunday, and remember, drink up. Take care.